Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton, here with Brandon. We've got some gameplay today. We're going to do something a little bit different. So, because we have these, kind of open gameplay slots that we do every month, what we're going to do this month is basically kind of give you guys a look behind the curtain to what it looks like when we are playtesting stuff. So, a couple of decks that are not out in English as of recording. I am on Fate Grand Order Camelot, the Saber Bedivere package, the salvage into the choice, and Brandon's going to be playing something from the new DAL 3. It is set 3, right?
Kind of. Essentially, I'm messing around with the pieces parts that are currently available in English with the idea that they will be replaced eventually by some of the stuff that's come out. We've only received a handful of spoilers, as that hasn't even received art yet. That's not going to be in Weiss Fight, but the style of the deck is going to be very similar to kind of what some of those pieces could have. It's more kind of just testing some of the stuff that currently exists with the intention that it'll be played against or played with some of the stuff that hasn't been announced yet.
Part of what we're doing with this video in particular, and if you guys think this is cool, let us know and we'll do more stuff like this, is that this is meant to be kind of a look at the way that we playtest, as opposed to just this is a deck, here's how they look when they're played theoretically optimally. No promises about optimal play today. We are going to take back plays, we're going to make corrections. The object today is not to necessarily play the decks perfectly. It is to learn how to play them better. That's our goal today. So this is what it looks like when we're playing and it isn't on camera.
There's also no promises about the deck that I have put together.
Yeah, this is the first time you've played this list. This is only the third time I've played this Camelot list. So, again, this is what playtesting looks like, though, right? You play garbage, and you see if it works.
I mean, we go through a process of... you're going first. We go through the process of relatively, theory crafting before we actually, put things into practice. And so it's not just a bunch of pile of cards as much as it is, there is an intent here, and it's more of does theory make it into the real world?
Right. Because that is where every deck starts as being theory crafted, right? Every deck is an idea, I think this could work. And then you play it and you realize, no, this definitely won't work. Or, in a perfect world, it doesn't immediately work, but you see the line to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because realistically, and I do think this is true, if you want something in Weiss to work on a generic level, if there's a level 3 combo, or if there's a waifu OTP kind of construction that you really want to make work, there are ways to make those decks be not terrible.
There's definitely a bunch of synergy with Weiss, especially in stuff that maybe doesn't even see play all that often. Power to itself for 3/5.
Sure, we'll just eat all of that.
Well, I think you're clocking yellow. Yeah. Right.
This already sucks.
Fair.
This is terrible. That goes away.
But yeah, for this one, the list is the book into bar. So book level 1, which there's not been a book level 1 revealed yet in DAL 2, which has not even been announced for English, but
it's coming to English.
The expectation that it's coming is pretty high, so
it's coming. We're gonna get this. It's going to happen. I would be stunned, absolutely stunned, if we did not get this.
So I'm testing book with the level 1 because the book level 1 wasn't announced yet from the reveals that have been shown.
Mm-hmm.
I expect we're going to get one. However, because we haven't gotten one yet, I wanted to see what the book level 1 from set 1 looked like. like in regards to like how well effectively does that play into, in this case, some of the stuff that's coming out.
For 2.
Like I have my own expectations of what that looks like, but kind of wanting to see that in person. Like as much as I played around with book like really early on into Dal being into English, like one of the things I found was the power line just wasn't
for 3.
It didn't line up to what I needed it to be for Dal. Oh, oops. That should be in stock.
Yep.
See, stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's playtesting. Yeah. Like helping to actually read the cards. I'm just going to cancel today.
Yeah, apparently. Gosh, fine. The good news is I will probably keep my board, mostly. Oops. Yeah, I will mostly keep my board. So, sure.
Probably.
Honestly, these 2, I should have switched them, but it's whatever. I shouldn't have dropped this down.
So switch it.
All right.
It's again, we're
yeah. No, I should hold that until I have the event to put under it as a marker, and also like there's no point in putting that down because it, as much as I don't think, I mean, you might be able to like push something to get to 4 or 5 to like kill it. I shouldn't have even like given you that option. That Yoshino would have seen a lot more play if it weren't for the presence of other cards in Data Live.
Oh yeah, no, like
it's a good profile.
I'm running this one as more green fix.
Yeah.
I'm debating like how many resources do I actually want to just straight up lose here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, yeah. I mean, pay 1, turn that into something else. Sure.
I mean, you got a mill anyway, just because you're out 5. So
exactly, like it's fine. Before I do that, pay 1 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Top check. It's fine. Like, as tempting as it is to drop salvage right here, as tempting as that is,
there's a very real possibility that you still don't go to 1 next turn.
it is non-zero.
Because you still got 3 in there. I don't think you have 1 in hand. Because I think you would have dropped it by now.
Fair. I mean, it's a pretty valid assumption to make.
Well, no, you'd want to hold it actually. So you would be holding that because you're on bar level 1, so you'd be holding it.
I'm bar level 3.
Oh, you're bar level 3. Oh, that's right. This is the Toka 1. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to actually front here to kill off your character.
I mean, fair.
For 1.
Hey, there's 1. Found 1.
Right? Yeah, don't like that, but sure, for 1.
1's good. All right, let's try something else. We're going to draw.
I really don't like giving you that extra plussing here, but with your potential plussing with your combo.
I mean, I don't love what I'm about to do, but it's going to be necessary.
I mean, you're trying to get to 2 anyway, so you're racing to 2 to just start playing the catch-up game.
But because I just do not have that at all, and I need that very badly. But I'm also very grateful to hit that because it means that I can actually do this.
Yep.
Climax swap. Climax swap is a good effect. And then there's you and I have talked about this. The idea is to be at 10 when you combo. Not necessarily like this, but okay, we'll take it.
The idea is to get to 10 when if you triple combo, so that way you can be at 1 card left in deck.
So we're going to get one of those, because those are good. And then we're going to swing for 3.
Get some.
All right, so we're
actual.
We're gonna stick some damage. All right, another 3. What do we want? What do we want? You're not really.
Yeah, and that's some of the synergy with that combo, to be able to likely be able to salvage anything you want because of the high count of 3s you run.
Right. Which I wish this deck had better 3s outside of like the Saber stuff.
I wish this set had better traits.
Me too, man. Me too. What do I even want here? Like, I'm not gonna have the stock for the early play.
Oh man, but we can't. We must do everything possible to try to avoid having standby mix with it.
Yeah, I don't need the 0 for the Adachi because the Adachi means basically nothing in this matchup.
I mean, kind of. I have early plays. I have an early play Nixel.
Oh, the combo does come down early. I always forget that the Yoshino actually comes down at 2. I always forget that.
It's only if I have 2 or less, though. So, like,
sure,
the actual...
Sure, but no, that's fair. Yeah, I probably actually do get that Bonder then.
Because I'm assuming that the stuff from Data Life 2 will be able to come down early.
Yeah, that's reasonable. And then this will be for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Huh. I was really expecting that to stick.
I mean, the good news for me is that you're basically not going to stick anything next turn at all.
That's really problematic.
I'm literally just going to draw the salvage, and I'm just going to do it again.
Okay, so with this, I actually run into kind of a risk here. I'm actually like really close.
Yeah, I think you're talking about like trying to get out of this deck while you're still at 0-6, right?
No, I'm actually just trying to figure out, like, I have 1 playable.
Oh, do you chance it? Huh. That's tough, because if you don't get it, then you go into your level 1 turn with only 1 stock.
I'm less concerned about that, honestly, as much as I am, like, in the top 4 of these cards, will I find another 0?
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like, if you whiff this, then you don't get to swing. You only get 1 stock. Oh, man. Well, you're going to trigger here, and the top 2 are going to be the 2 clean cards. It's going to be really upsetting.
I mean, probably. There is that possibility. What would I trigger here, though? Good news. I would likely trigger Bar.
Fair.
So,
which, I mean,
even if
you would probably welcome that at this stage.
I would probably, I mean, honestly, it's another card in hand. And it would be blind stock, which would be clean.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. So yeah, you're either going to trigger here, you're going to trigger Bar here, which means you get an extra clean stock, or which means that your stock is definitely clean and you get the plus. Or
Well,
you
the best
don't
part
trigger
is
here and you get a cancel next turn, which
the best part is I side here.
yeah,
So that way when you slam down the climax next turn, I get initial stock out of it. Because the likelihood because like I can't stop you from comboing, so I might as well benefit if you
sure,
combo.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Side
For 2.
for 2.
Of course. Of course. That's so tough. Oh my goodness. All right.
This is my playtesting. Like, yeah, like you're. How often are you going to see this in a game, right? Like
some hot garbage. I am going to.
Well, it gets better because essentially at this point,
overplay this. Ditch the climax that I drew to go get the event because I don't need to combo again. I need to fix my next deck.
Well, it gets better. Like
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna stick it.
If you swing in with the level, if you swing in for 2, you're likely to cancel. So there's actually a possibility here.
Yeah.
That I do go.
I know. Oh, I'm fully aware. I'm gonna play the event literally just to send that to waiting room. I don't care that I don't get the plus off of it. Because that's just the situation in which we find ourselves. And then I'm going to overplay this. Then we're going to start sabering.
You get your top checks.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Love to see it. Burn 3.
Which cancels.
But now we get the actual swing for 3, which feels pretty good in this spot. Our compressions are pretty similar. Of course you cancel.
Like, what?
For 2. And then for 2.
Okay. Okay, Dick. Okay.
I recognize that you're going to probably just Yoshino my saber, and that's just how that works.
You are lucky that I discarded it earlier on to get playables.
Fair enough, because I saw you pick it up. I'm like, I mean, of course he's gonna pick it up. Like that's the card that breaks open the game for him.
It is. However,
congratulations on triple comboing.
Not actually, I can't because I can't get the reverse there.
Oh, that's true. This is on reverse.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna slam it.
Sure.
So just gonna crash 2. I have 2. I do have 2 or more other.
Yeah.
So it is
5.
7.
Yeah, you're way over mine.
For 3. And for 2.
That's better.
Okay, it's beginning encore step. I have 2 that can trigger.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's when that triggers.
Yeah.
I like to see it.
Yeah.
I like to see it.
And then the other one.
More CXs, please.
No, I can up to 5. I don't have to go through all 5.
Fine, take him. Take him. That's fine.
I will.
You can have him. That's
unfortunately, because I crashed in that lane, I do lose the continuous power.
That's true.
I mean, not that it's going to matter too much because you're thrown down another Lion King and just
basically yes,
be over.
Yes,
so
I am going to do exactly that.
It didn't actually matter.
No, it really doesn't.
But now I have a hand of 5, which is better than
Right. Let's see. What do we do with this? I think we just clock this and draw 2. Yeah, that's fine.
Like, getting this combo in first deck doesn't feel too bad, because then I can just,
Top check. Okay.
at Encore
So,
step,
and then
mill through my deck to get to deck 2. But
I just put down a playable, doesn't matter. Swing here, because I know I'm not going to hit, so for 2. Swing here, blind burn for 3, there we go.
cancel on 3. That 3 does stick, though.
For 1. And then for 2.
That one cancels.
All right.
Draw!
We're back in it. We're back in it, boys. We recovered.
So, I'm going to play Shido
Yes.
to look at these ones. I'll grab this one. Refresh. Two or less.
Yep.
Play that.
13, small.
I am going to drop search here.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Technically, I also can give the level 3 power.
Sure. That's right. It does.
Which may actually be relevant.
It
here
is relevant. It is relevant. That makes it power tied with this, I think. It pushes this to 14, I think. Right? 11, 5, 12, 5. Yeah.
It pushes it with it
climax.
to 13, 5, 14, 5 with climax.
Oh,
right?
it's got. You're way over. You're way over. I forgot you had the back row assist. Yeah, you're way over. Because that'll be 9.
Yeah,
5.
it should only be 14.
It'll be 11, 5, 13, 14, 5. It'll be 15, 5 with climax.
No? 9, 5 plus 3k is 12, 5, 13, 5 climax?
It's 9, 5 on its own. It gets 2, 5 with combo. Or it gets 2 with combo. It gets 2 with combo, 11, 5.
It gets 2 when I exchange it on your turn.
Oh.
It's defensive power.
Oh. Okay, got it. Never mind.
Yeah.
I definitely read that as on attack. But it says the beginning of my attack phase. My bad.
That's the big thing with the Nexel combo right
Right.
now, especially, is
Right,
it doesn't get power. And that's what I see with the new one. The new one doesn't get power either. So it's only like 11, maybe, at best.
Yeah, but it has hexproof.
Yeah, the new one has hexproof,
Like,
yeah.
that's honestly, and like you and I have talked about this forever. Like, Nexels kind of suck unless they have hexproof, which frankly none of them have really had up to this point. So I'm curious to see how that actually does, because like, yeah, it'll get beat over. That's honestly fine. Like, it'll sit at 11 or whatever. Like, fine, whatever. It loses, but who cares? Like, you get your full turn of full board Nexel.
No,
and they can't
it's not
interact
worth
with
that.
But,
it's better. Honestly, it's better to get to the anti-change.
Yeah.
Play that instead. In part, just because I don't have the power to contest the sabers.
Mm-hmm.
Crash here for 2.
I was really hoping you were going to trigger there. That would have been real nice. Not gonna lie.
Fair. Side.
Okay.
For 0. For 0. Bar to hand. Stock something. And then front here for 3. Yeah.
Okay. Draw.
I will actually.
Oh,
I'm gonna pay 3
to save this.
to Encore to force you to 3. That way you can't just try to heal down with Saber.
I mean, I still could.
You could. The reason being because I can move it with this. I can switch those 2 spots. Normally, Yoshino needs a additional stock to do that, but
I don't have the hand to do what I want anyway. So even if I could have, I would not have really had the option.
Like the other cards in my hand was the free fresh counter. Like free fresh counter would have been interesting if I was out a bunch of climaxes, but I'm actually not. So
sweet.
You just spam Lion King. What are you talking about? You don't do anything else.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, let's just do that.
Oh. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Either
Like
way.
the bet of your
helps if I actually read. Helps if I read my own cards. I can side attack without soul penalty with the Yoshino.
With this one?
With the combo piece when I play the combo. That's part of the combo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I was saved what? A point of damage, which would push you to 3.
How big is this?
Yes. It is. If I switch it, it becomes 11.5, which is still smaller than what you are. So
It becomes 11.5, you said?
yeah, it becomes 11.5.
If you switch. Oh, that's right, because your back row isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I switched it out for the level
1. Yeah, let's just make sure.
It does have Neg Soul on it, though.
No, it does. It does. So yeah, we'll just do this. This is fine. I don't really think you have access to like bottom decking anything now that I'm at level 3. So, do you wish to switch?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, Yoshino still dies,
Yeah.
but
No, we'll crash this for 1 and choice.
For nothing. Because Neg Soul. Woo!
But now it's dead, so I don't care.
Yeah. Actually, well, I don't have stock, sir. Just go into my stock and then just get rid of it. I think so. Yeah, because it puts it into stock and then gets rid of the stock. Yep.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I didn't even think about that. On attack. Oh, sorry, wrong button. For 2. Burn 2, and then the swing is for 3.
Burn 2. 1, 2, 3. Yep.
And then for 1, swing for 2.
1, 2. 1 sticks, 2 doesn't. Goes away. Draw. Any playables? And I don't have stock, so.
Yes, you don't have stock.
Well, since you have 4 in waiting room and 4 cards in deck, something tells me
there might be a cancel afoot.
That you might be canceling some things here. Draw.
For 2?
For 2. Woo! Big damage.
Right. Yeah, no, I have two in
I'd have
hand.
felt a lot more confident if I didn't just
Yeah, yeah, no,
get,
that's 100% fair.
I one of the books was another climax. I'm out 7. I've lost.
Fair enough. Well, I'm still going to do this. Whoops, I don't know why I put that there.
You put the sabers in the vanilla lanes. The base sabers in the vanilla
And then
lanes
I'm gonna
are
go
enough
get.
to win the
I'm
game.
gonna go get this, and I'm gonna overplay the brainstorm because it doesn't matter. Well, I top check first because I dropped that guy, so I'm gonna top check before I do that. Okay, and then I'm gonna play him. I don't have a. What am I doing? I got the wrong thing. Hold on.
Sure.
Because that actually only gets me for waiting room, right? Yeah, I don't have one in stock. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was gonna try to drop the Bedivere, but it doesn't matter. So we'll just heal. Swing here for
We'll just heal anyway.
definitely not what I top checked, but whatever. I don't think it matters.
4, 5.
Yeah.
Doesn't. Yeah. Either way, it's
It's
we'll-
1, 2. It's just 4. It's just 4.
sure. My climax was second to the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. So yeah. Looking at this deck, obviously there's a mess here on my end. Combo's slightly better than I give it credit for, and what this shows here, like it can get decent power range when it has the right support. Like it can back up to 15-5. Yeah. Part of it was just from a weird level 0 game.
Yeah,
but
no.
part of it
I
was
would
also
say
just.
most of it was from the fact that you just didn't have anything going at 0.
But like having this with the assist in the back would have put that up to 14 defensively. Could I have potentially saved it in against one of the sabers? Probably.
Yeah.
Would it have affected the game a whole lot at that point? No, because there were other issues going along with that. The next soul event is nice. There's a lot of stock that's required for this.
Yeah.
For the next soul stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think honestly that, kind of talking about stock, I think paying 3 for the Yoshino was not the play.
Oh no, 100% it wasn't.
Like even if I had been able to slam, even if I had a second saber and could slam Rangaminiad, I'm healing 2 and you're paying 3 to keep me from healing 2. Like that's not worth that.
No, it was less keeping you from healing 2 as much as opening a lane for the next turn to try to keep something alive on the next turn.
Fair enough.
Instead of playing the Yoshino in the first place, which is kind of either here or there at this point. Yes, I got rid of a card, but you're able to spawn it back out so quickly. Like it doesn't actually affect you as much.
It does. It does, because I can't pay 3 encore that. Like I can't. Like
but you pay 2 to play it again.
Sure, but that's assuming that I have it. Like I still only have 4 copies in the deck, right? So like if I have one down and one's been bottom decked, and I don't have a huge hand, like I'm playing Camelot, I never have a big hand. Like I literally comboed twice, and I still didn't have a massive hand. That's assuming that I have a third king in my hand.
Well, a lot of this testing for me was more testing out the combo pieces,
Sure,
as much as instead of like actually like trying to get them to be the most effective. Like
right.
For me, what I'm seeing with the Neg Soul, for example, is the Neg Soul actually could stop some damage, and if I have the right hand size and the right counters,
mm-hmm.
it actually could be pretty oppressive. Like because Neg Soul, because Daylife has memory kit counters, Data has the free fresh counters, right?
Yeah.
Like it has decent counters to be able to actually like defend things.
Yeah. No.
If there's enough power with a Neg Soul,
mm-hmm.
yeah, it actually becomes really interesting and really like potentially oppressive. Especially if the field doesn't have blink. Like
yeah.
You don't. Well, even then, the new one has hexproof.
Yeah, exactly. So The
It's going to depend on what kind of assists we can get into from the new stuff
mhm.
for the back row. Because if we can get the power range into about that same 13 range to the Nexel, it can sit 16k defensively with counter. Like, that's actually going to be pretty sizable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, like those are big numbers. And
Hmm.
I think that you lean into that good counter suite with this, right? Like not this per se, but like the new Nexol.
Yeah,
You just lean into the
yeah.
counter stuff.
The other thing was that it has a new book top end, which can get a lot of power and get a reverse burn 3. That seems
It's
fine.
fine.
Honestly, I think the was more intriguing.
It's because it has hexproof. Like Nexels have been bad historically because they don't have hexproof. There's way too much easy removal. Almost every set has a on play bounce something. Like so many
Hmm.
sets have that. Either a blink or a bounce to hand or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and almost everything that has it runs it as a one of just to deal with Nexol walls. So
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Having hexproof and Nexel at the same
yeah.
time really is
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's a powerful
taking
effect.
it back to what we were talking about at the top, like you and I have talked about this internally for so long. Like you need hexproof on your Nexels in order for your Nexels to be good.
Hmm.
Like that's just along the story. It's the SDS effect essentially, right?
Yeah,
Like SDS, it's anti-auto. It's not it's not like it's a different effect, but like it has hexproof, and that's what makes it
has
work.
has hexproof gets big, can be a challenge if you don't have the tools to deal with it.
Exactly. Like you need a
Yeah.
lot of removal in order to make it work against SDS. You
Hmm.
need multiple removal pieces, and against new Dal Nexol, it doesn't matter how much removal you have. You can't touch it.
Yeah. The difficulty is it only comes down at 3 currently. I assume there's going to be a changer of some kind, but I have not yet seen that.
And even if it only comes down at 3, if it comes down at 2, if there is a change, like that's nuts.
Well, realistically, I could see it happening. Just from for your benefit, Colton, the character that gets the Nexel, in many ways, is essentially like the magical girl of the show, right? Like it's the little kid that has the magic powers to be able to do whatever they want to do. They change things into other things. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a change effect.
It's a flavor thing.
It's a flavor thing. The character itself is a younger character,
Okay.
but changes herself to look older.
It's one of those. It's like Cardcaptor Sakura. Like and
Yeah,
basically it is literally just a better version of the Cardcaptor Sakura Reflect top end. Is what it looks like to me.
yeah, and I think I think there might be even that change. I would like to see that kind of change package with it
I would
to
not.
be able to play that down
I
early.
don't want hexproof Nexol at level 2. I don't feel like that is an unreasonable request.
Anyway, I think it's gonna be interesting to see what
It
happens
will
and
be.
as more reveals come
It
out.
will be. We're
So
gonna hate Dal for different reasons in the future potentially. We'll see.
on the flip side, since Camelot's coming out this week, literally tomorrow from the video, how'd you like it? What did you see? How'd you what learning process?
This is real good. This is real good. I like this. I like this card a lot.
What did you miss? What were you missing from Bedivere? Did you have all of the other pieces other than it?
I had the pieces. I didn't have the climax and waiting room.
Oh, to climax swap. Okay.
That's the only thing I was missing from that. And the deck state in this game was super weird just the whole time. I didn't see my level 1 event very much in the early part of the game. And like that's something that you're kind of counting on for mill.
Trying to remember my own self. Did you play down the Tristan on this turn?
Uh the
I th-
climax swap?
no, the this one here.
That one? I don't know. I think yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. Because I assume you still run as the one of, right? The pay to clock yourself to get the climax.
I do. I do.
Okay.
But that also that's a salvage effect as well. Yeah.
Okay.
If that were a search effect, that would be incredibly useful, but no. And even then, like at that point, I had I had 4 stock, I think. Like, everything kind of got a little loose and stupid down the stretch there. So, on that last turn, so
Sure,
I'm not
sure.
entirely sure what my numbers are all at anymore. But I don't think I would have had the stock to pull off the whole Bedivere thing. Because it would have been pay 4,
Fair.
pitch 2.
Yeah.
So, like, if I was able to get it, I would, like, paying 2 and paying another 2 to drop the Bedivere, like, I wouldn't have had the stock unless I triggered choice, which I wasn't going to trigger choice. I'm pretty sure I'm already out 3. Like, yeah, no, I'm out 2. No, I'm out 3. I am out 3 of the choices at this point because I have another one in hand.
Oh. Oh, well, then yeah.
So, like, just not super likely that I was going to get that extra stock to make it work. But no, I like having the Bedivere as an option. I think he's interesting. I think I want to sculpt towards that, like, intentionally. It's super easy to think of, like, this is your main end game, and, you know, this is, like, your off finisher almost, even though this is technically the combo.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to intentionally sculpt towards both if you can, and that's where, you know, this deck doesn't have a ton of great plussing. Like, the set doesn't have a ton of great plussing. So, we're gonna sort through how all that works out, but like, I like this a lot. I like this package. I'm a big fan of this. This is great. I like these Rushia style early play packages because they offer consistency. But like, this isn't anything we haven't seen before. Like, it's Yo. It's the same thing as Yo. You know, and I'm okay with, like, I don't feel like this is very power crept, if that makes sense. Like, the stuff behind it is, like, this is good. Like, the top check is real good, but, like, it's no different than running the Rico. You know, like, this is it's one stock cheaper than Rico Chica Yo, I think. Because Rico is 1, and then the Chica brings down the Yo. But you only get 1 2-soul body.
Yeah.
I think in a world where I don't think Sunshine is unbalanced, I think Sunshine is powerful, but I think it's fair. I think this is also powerful but fair, but I don't think the suite of stuff around it is as good because I don't think its zero game is as strong. Like, I think
I could see that.
it has, like, like, this is real good. I like this a lot. We're gonna move some things around. I like this quite a bit. This is a good profile. The Snow Sprite profile.
For the deck, yeah.
And I like the, you know, what's essentially the Ryuji Bonder. I like this, and I like its synergy with the Adachi because, like, when you have the Adachi down, you can ditch this out of hand to just nuke a level 2. So, like, between the Adachi and the ditch out, you can just destroy 2/3 of your opponent's level 2 standby board, which is pretty awesome. So, I like this. Like, my point is, I like this a lot. Just the package in general, like, all of it, I think it's all good. I think that with tweaking and fine-tuning, it can be relevant. I would say it's cool. It's not quite Sunshine level, I don't think, but it could get there with some tweaking. But I would say this is, like, it's playable. Like, if you take it, like, and when I say playable, I don't just mean, like, you know, you can take it to locals and it technically works. Like, it's, if you took this to singles, regionals in the fall, I think you could do fine with this. Would you top? As of right now, I don't think so. But, like, maybe. There's something here. There's enough here to work with.
Fair.
Brandon's going to have a Camelot deck tech, which I think is pretty similar to this. Not like card for card, but it's pretty similar. Next...
It's actually it's going to be pretty close, actually.
That's next Tuesday. Yeah, because we have Clock Talk on Tuesday. 5 cards, 5 minutes, Camelot, uncommons and commons, right?
Yep.
Because we already did rares, double rares. And then following that, we're going to have Brandon's deck tech, and then we'll have more Camelot gameplay in 2 weeks. So look forward to that. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed seeing how we test a little bit. If you did like this, let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll do more stuff like this in the future. But in any case, thanks again for being here. We'll see you next time. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
We'll see you then.